I am a ninth great-grandson of Susanna North Martin, also a great-nephew of John Proctor. So there's two of the folks. Through Susanna, I'm related through two of her daughters. Both Abigail and Jane are my eighth great-grandmothers, and they joined their subsequent descendants further down the line, obviously, and they all came together pretty much in my grandmother. Also related directly to her stepdaughter, Hannah, who became Hannah Worthen. She was Hannah Martin, George Martin's daughter, but Susanna's stepdaughter. So that's how we come together with that many lines to Susanna North Martin. As it relates to today, I think the intolerance is the thing that affected me the most and still does. And how far that goes and how far it can go. And it personified it to me. It was more than a concept. To me it was, I have a victim that was a relative of total intolerance, whether it's religious intolerance, political intolerance, whatever it happens to be. Misconceptions, certainly. And some of that's been pointed out in some of the seminars today. But in reading some of the transcripts of them, yes, there's a lot of misconceptions. And this just the huge, major misconception is witches, the term witches. I think that's a big one.
What are some of the misconceptions about witches?
Well, that they exist as witches, that they are a victim of people's putting their problems on something other than maybe the things that they've done themselves to create their own problems. And they'll point the finger at a religion, they'll point the finger at something that is other than really what it is. Failure to realize that maybe it's yourself. Yeah. In fact, we're related as well in great-grandfather sense, many generations back, to two of the accusers of Susanna North Martin. One, William Sargent, whose name comes up during the trial of Susanna, and which he accused her of some things that he was subsequently sued by George Martin for doing. And one of the other ones is Edward Gove, who during his own trial for treason in the Gove Rebellion, there's testimony by one of the witnesses in that trial that indicates that at some point Ed Gove accused the wife of George Martin of bewitching him and was going to get his guns and go shoot her, and was stopped by this particular guy and that was testifying. So there's, not only do we have victims, but we also have people that are making accusations, in the same, all comes down to, my generation, basically.
And you expressed some excitement upon the discovery of your connection to some of the victims. Was the feeling similar when you learned of your family's connection to the accusers?
Total surprise. Total surprise. I started to read some of the transcripts and said, I had done a lot of the genealogy, and so I knew the names. I said, wait, I know that name. Why do I know that name? And then I go back through it and find out, how they were connected. They weren't connected at the time, certainly. They were connected many generations later, which came to rest in our grandmother.